6 a.m. at the Mandela family farm in Qunu. And the final journey for the late Nelson Mandela would begin, marking the end of 10 days of national mourning. The final viewing of the body, a short service, would see this procession, casket draped in the national flag atop a gun carriage, lead a family and friends in mourning to the marquee where his funeral service would take place. The solemn service saw heads of state Jakaya Kikwete from Tanzania, Dr. Joyce Banda from Malawi, Jacob Zuma from South Africa, his close friend Dr. Ahmed Kathrada, and Ethiopian Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn break down in emotion as they eulogized Mandela and paid their tributes.
Good for has been achieved yet. It is foolhardy also to assume that all the ills of the former apartheid system will be corrected in these 19 years. Nonetheless, a lot has been achieved, although much more has to be done.
I found myself in a situation where I had to work with those same people that had prevented me from becoming president of my country. I had to forgive, but I had to forgive without any effort because my Madiba had prepared me.
What is it about this man that elicits this outpouring of sincere emotions? The answer is that when people see goodness in a person, they respond by reflecting goodness back at that person.
But in a larger sense, his life also was a life of the very party that created and shaped him, and one that Madiba's struggle went to sustain, and whose unparalleled dedication to the cause of the liberation of Africa will be remembered by posterity, the ANC.
Today, mingled with our grief, is the enormous pride that one of our own has, during his lifetime and now in your death, united the people of South Africa and the entire world on a scale never before experienced in history. I have lost a brother. My life is in a void, and I don't know who to turn to.
Two of his grandchildren paid their tributes on behalf of the family. Ndaba Mandela read the obituary as Nandi Mandela read the children and grandchildren's joint tribute.
Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as president of a democratic South Africa on 10th May 1994. This world icon worked tirelessly, even after the achievement of democracy in South Africa, to continue improving lives. Even as he retired from politics, his attention shifted to social issues, such as HIV and AIDS, and the well-being of the nation's children.
We shall miss you, Tatomkhulu. We shall miss your stern voice when you were not pleased with our behavior. We shall miss your voice as you told us stories of your childhood. We shall miss your laughter.
The 4-hour service would end in a private burial back at his home at the Mandela family farm, where only his family members and a few invited dignitaries were present. And at 20 minutes to 1 p.m., his body was lowered to the ground. Now, one needed not be told once this flame went out earlier today, signifying that indeed Nelson Mandela's journey had come to the end as he was laid to rest. Now, a great tree has fallen and the sun has set on a world icon. These just some of the various ways used to describe the feeling here today in his home village. But the question remains, what next for the South African nation and her people with the absence of a man whose struggle, ideals and lessons made him a legacy that changed the world? Jacky Maribe, Sunday Live in Qunu, Eastern Cape, South Africa.